So good morning. So we see in this week's Torah portion the idea of turning over sdom and amorah, adma, and tzvayim. The first mentions sdom v'amorah. Fire came down and destroyed the land completely. Adma v'tzvayim just turned over. So we can ask a question: what happened to Tzoyar, which there were in other parashas? It mentions 5 cities. So Light said already, he asked that Tzoyar is a small city. Also, it wasn't built until later, so it didn't fill up the Avedas too much. So let it be, and don't turn it over. And then we come back to Abraham, the way he asked Hashem if there is in sdom 50 people, if there's in sdom 30 people, what happened to sdom and amorah? And if by Lot Tzoyar it wasn't completely, there weren't too much Avedas, so to say, so l'chayra, the other 2 should also been with fire. Tzoyar was saved because it doesn't have so much Avedas. So that means the other one should have been with fire. So the different answers of these things. But we'll get to the point mainly. We see that God brought a mabul for Noach, kept the world going by the Deit HaFlaga when they wanted to make a fight with God, and other punishments Hashem gives. So the difference is as follows. Are we dealing with fighting with God? Like sdom was melech sdom. He was both. And amorah is Bersha. Bera and Bersha. So sdom and amorah, they had bad things between man and friend. And like we see, Hakatzah Kosa, when the cry of this girl is really true, that they killed her because she was machnes erech. There was a lot of stealing there in sdom v'amorah. It was terrible. So therefore it came by Aish. He wants to punish them for not being socially good, fighting with each other, and basically no normal lives. So therefore it came down with fire. And then The other two were just against God, that's it. Avodah Zarah and other things. So therefore it's just turned over. But there was Yishuv Haaretz. And since by sdom and amorah they were totally destroying the world, there was no Yishuv Haaretz. So therefore came that. And then therefore the whole place was destroyed completely. So now we can understand why Avraham answered to Sodom, asked for Sodom alone, and not Amorah. Because that is the beginning of it. That's the head of all the cities. And another thing we see is that when Mashiach comes, Sodom will be rebuilt. And the reason of this is as follows. Because Sodom represents Olam HaTohu. Olam HaTohu is that God created worlds and destroyed it, created and destroyed. That is sdom and amorah. They went against normalcy and therefore Hashem knocked it off completely. While Adma v'Tzvayim is Tikkun. They lived normally. They went against God maybe and everything else, but they lived normally between one another, therefore he just turned it over. So it says Yecheskel that they'll build back Sodom. And the reason for that is as follows. Because when Mashiach comes, Eretz HaTohu will be revealed. Eretz HaTohu will be revealed. And that's why the Rebbe demanded there should be Eretz HaTohu b'kelim de Tikkun. Adma v'Tzvayim were Tikkun. And by bringing back all these together, when Mashiach comes, that will be the end of Eretz HaTohu became the Tikkun. So we see how much is important. The idea of Shalom and Achdus. There has to be unity. So if there's unity, God has a lenient punishment, so to say. But if there's no unity at all, we can't get along with other people, that shows that you have no world, and you don't need a world. So Be'ez Hashem will bring forth the Eretz of Tohu and Keim the Tikkun, which that is the great lights of Eretz Tohu. Which the reason why Eretz Tohu was destroyed is because each one was separate. Every area was separate and every area was powerful, so I had to break. So Be'ez Hashem through Ava and Achdus Yisrael, Noam and Asti one to another, will be Zeiche to the Gula Mitzvah Shleima through our Rebbe Melech HaMoshiach, taketh miyad MaMoSH now. And we know that David HaMelech also, it says in David HaMelech, Matzasi David is brought down in Medrash, that'll be Daf against Sodom. Because Mashiach represents Eretz Tohu. So even though it was totally destroyed, it will be rebuilt again. Don't fall in despair that you are down below, because you always get up. Sdom, which was totally destroyed, will be rebuilt when Mashiach comes. So Be'ez Hashem will be taken from Yad MaMoSH now. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach forever and ever.